Hi everybody, it's Black Spring again here with you on a Saturday. And I'm just doing a quick flash because I know we got into some things yesterday and I know the stream kind of ended abruptly, but I am trying to make sure that at least that doesn't happen on today's stream. But I guess I just had a couple of thoughts. We've kind of talked about this before. It seems like we kind of keep circling back into the same kinds of directions on some things, whether it's death culture or, um, just a culture of decadence and destruction. And I ran across a piece in which it's coming from the WSWB, I believe, journal. And it was a piece it was basically speaking on basically the White House, the eugenist or the eugenics of this administration, and I'm not sure if you guys remember, like not too long ago, I think was it Rochelle Walensky coming out talking about revealing, of the CDC revealing on the subject of comorbidities and basically basically saying that that was a relief in there was relief in those findings that we have an issue of that we have an unhealthy we have a level of unhealthy people amongst our populace, which of course they don't give you any data on those. She didn't give any specific data on those stats. Hi, Alex Bleeping Jones, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. She didn't really give she didn't break down the stats on that, but it's kind of shaping up to be more like, Nazi Germany, the culture of of the value of life, that the way they kind of devalue the life of those who happen to be weaker, who are not as healthy as some, but it's not like they've promoted any type of real, it's not like the country promotes health, whether it be mental health or physical health. They did not. They promoted sweets and 420 friendly shots and blinged out vehicles. I want to pull that article up for you. I'm going to do my best to do that for you because I'm doing this on Black Spring Mobile, but sometimes, it's kind of nice to get away from the norm on the actual studio. Just, just a little breakaway there. So let me just see if I can just pull this up. Just pull it up. It's a perspective piece. But yeah, I think it was quite interesting that someone could see that what they're revealing now, they're basically revealing the weaknesses of the people. And okay, yeah, so it's the stench. It was referred to as the stench of eugenics at the White House. And this is by, it's WSWS.org. It's a perspective piece. And apparently it was written by Andre Damon. And so I'm going to give you this quote that comes from the particular article. It talks about, this was an interview, I guess, that Walensky had given on Good Morning America, in which, hi, Melinda Ann Burns, nice to see you, how she talked about, well, basically the subject came up, about the number of, people being hospitalized had reached a record high. And the CDC director was asked in an interview on the ABC's Good Morning America about those encouraging headlines that we're talking about, this morning. And in that, according to this, her reply was the overwhelming number of deaths, over 75%, occurred in people who had at least four comorbidities. So really, these are people who are unwell to begin with. And yes, really encouraging news in the context of the Omicron. So that's encouraging news that a country with, a country of this of this size, and yeah, that has been previously a beacon of hope or beacon of light to the world, that it's encouraging that you have people that have four comorbidities and they're unwell or disabled. I mean, it just kind of it does to me. This whole thing has reeked of eugenics or population control from the very beginning, because it's almost, they're picking the winners and the losers, and that's from top to bottom. They are. And instead of us having promoting a healthy culture, a more of a natural culture, we have a pharmaceutical or big pharma culture that keeps everybody on the wheel. There's another piece that I put over on Discord that talks about, there's another admission coming out. So I know, you guys give it to me straight. Why do you think there is an admission of so many things that we heard about 2 years ago? Because see, this is about the third thing that has come out. Okay, like about a week ago, I told you about how they said that the CDC and the NIH, at least the NIH, was admitting that there were small changes in the women's menstrual cycles. That there's an admission, they are small, but that, to me, that's still pretty vague. There's an admission of that. I'm also hearing things now about, I'm hearing things about cancer. There's a question there. And the comorbidities, it started with the comorbidities, and now they're just drip, 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 drip. See, this is why, I mean, I guess this is why they talk, the life of us conspiracy theorists. We're always 2 years, it looks like we're 2 years in the cycle, ahead of the cycle of what the masses are accept of news. We're almost that far ahead. Hi, Backyard Politics. He says, I refuse pharma at this point. Hold on a second here. Let me just try to grab you before I lose you. I refuse pharma at this point. I eat healthy and exercise. When it's my time, it's my time. Teach. I hear you. I hear you. So yeah, so there's this constant dripping of things that are coming out. Yeah, it's, but well, there's going to be nothing that's going to make these people whole, the ones that submitted to it. There's not going to be anything that's going to put those people back to where they were, or make them, restore them. There's no way to do that at this point. The damage is done. We talked about the other day, for the lack of a better word. I said, oh yeah, so what is it with these progressives and these liberals? You gotta write a health bill, and you have to pass it in order to find out what's in it. And I guess you have to submit to, being double juiced and all this stuff to find out what happens with that too. So that's where we are, right? That's how we run things. You gotta participate in order to find out what's in it. But that is totally acceptable. It's like no different, and this is probably a trivial whatever, but we talked about the plant-based chicken nuggets. I guess everybody will run up to Kentucky Fried and get chicken nuggets, and they'll just have to eat them, and then find out what's in them. I guess that's what you do. I don't know, and then, okay, so I'm just doing somewhat, not quite a rant, but just some bits here. What is this new person that's been this energy promotion guy? I kind of want to get into that a little bit, but it just seems like we are just sliding down the society is just to me just done. I mean, this guy that they've appointed, he's allowed himself to be photographed in all of his, dare I say, S&Ms and and his fetishes, and he, yeah. I'm saying, I'm just can you make this stuff up? I mean, does anybody? I just, yeah. I'm just, let me read a couple comments here. Alex Bleeping Jones is here. How are you? Melinda Ann Burns, officially Coco's here. Melinda Ann Burns says miscarriages and stillborn births due to the jabs are not a small thing. No, they're not. Not at all. And Melinda Ann Burns says also whether they lift all the restrictions is already too late. The damage has been, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Melinda Ann Burns. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Who cares if you want to, I mean, but I'm just saying there's nothing going to be done. I mean, we still have, there's nothing going to be done about it. Um, but we still have people that are, earning a living off of yours and mine in terms of taxpayer, they're funding everything with our dollar. And nothing, I don't even know, like, I can't even say, of course I've seen some stats and I've seen lots of polls and I've seen all these things about midterms, but I would just think, I mean, I don't know, in order to look past everything that's gone on, I just don't know. I mean, is that the actual, I mean, to me these are crimes against humanity at this point. There's no lever that I can turn that can actually, that's going to fix that. Um, a lot of people bought into it, and a lot of them will keep buying into it. So there'll be more. Though, I mean, like the damage is going to go on. It's going to be for generations. I think. What is it? What is it? The FDA is not going to have the 76 years or whatever now to reveal. See, they're dripping it out right now. It's like they're kind of soft dripping it all out right now. But by the time, I think those studies, whatever it is going to be horrendous. It is going to be horrendous. And by that time, I won't be around here. Let me just say, start saying, knock on wood. Chances are I won't be around here at 76. Nope, I won't. Let me just read this a couple comments here. Melinda Ann Burns says, I hope and pray that the people who got it are still with us. And oh, wow. See, that's the other thing I don't quite, I mean, I don't know. You're right. I have no idea. And dare their own physicians. I mean, I mean, I don't even know. I think a lot of people were aware of what was going on and they were not speaking up about it. And to me, they're just as bad as big pharma. So it's like, I mean, the community overall, you could see these people sweat when you ask them about it. So how can you really trust them going forward? I don't know. It's pretty crazy, but we just got like this crazy culture going on here, where you can see they just kind of want to get the weak, only the strong are going to survive. And I'm talking about, it's got to be up here. I'm not talking about all physical. I'm not talking all physical. I'm talking about up top and everywhere else. The complete the complete deal. It looks like I have somebody. Do I have a stripe in the house? I need you guys to zap something for me. Zap some of the bozos. Oh, the first one, the first one to grab them. Hi, Joseph Francis Burton. He says studies and reports don't matter. Our commander in chief will reject them, so it's all good. Yeah, but it just seems like we're just, I don't know, what's it, like a circus? It's like our society is kind of turned into a circus. When we have, the energy, your transportation person is Buttigieg. And then you have, and then you had a border czar who's not there. It's just like, they're not there. It's like, it's not there. It's not real. But then this Benton guy that he just put on. Oh my gosh, I have no. Who's it's like a three ring circus. That's right. The country is it's a three ring circus. Let's see. Let me get some comments here. Thank you so much, Melinda. I really appreciate that. Zap, zap, zap. I appreciate that so much. And you notice that the more that's happening, I'm seeing more of that happening, like not just, of course, in my stream, but I'm seeing it in on larger platforms where you got these bots coming in. Yeah. But I appreciate that very much. So I don't really have a whole lot. I don't really want to get a whole lot into that particular character. I mean, yeah, these people are like total, they're activists. They're hiring activists to fill these woke position. You get a woke activist to fill a woke position, and all the real stuff just kind of gets like, where's the infrastructure? Like where's that? I mean, I don't see anything. I just see just a bunch of, you know, you can find these people on the common college campus square. These people that are getting in these positions that are being appointed. It's kind of sick. It's just, what is it, Barnum and Bailey's, or just excuse me, the Ringling Brothers. Like, that's the hires you have. It's kind of sick. But it also historically it shows like there's a collapse. It's a collapse in our society. It's happening. So I just want to say hello to everybody, and I'm gonna get off of here. But I just thought I just want to come in and say, yeah, this death culture and I've been pivoting around this death culture for a while. They're not done. They're not done with that yet. Excuse me. Melinda Ann Burns says, off topic, but in New Mexico, the National Guard have been deployed in some of our hospitals and elementary schools, but they can't be deployed on our southern borders. No. And Joseph Francis Burton says, I'm visiting Socorro today. Very interesting. So I just want to say hello, and I'm going to get out of here. But I don't know, just keep your eyes open. I mean, but I will tell you, I'm thinking when it comes to, let me switch the channel for a second. When it comes to Black History Month, I think there's going to be some more rollouts this month. Yeah, it's just like they are basically, they're running that into the ground, and it's probably the worst ever. The worst. All right, so we have Alex Bleeping Jones, Backyard Politics. Thank you for coming in. Officially Coco, Joseph Francis Burton. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. So I don't know if I get anything else. I will bring it to you. But I appreciate you guys so much for coming in. And I don't know. It's like they're kind of destroying their own legacy when it comes to Black History Month, I guess, in some ways. So you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I don't know, but I'm sure next week will be fully loaded. So I'll see you guys around, and take care.